It seems too simple to be true, doesn't it? But what I'm about to tell you could be the difference between becoming financially free or spending your entire life chasing losses. If you're in your 20s, pay close attention. The decisions you're making now are defining, without you realizing it, your future. And I'm not talking about the obvious things everyone tells you, like getting a degree or landing a good job. No, I'm talking about something much deeper, something that most people only realize when it's too late. Wizard, you have in your hands the greatest asset anyone can have, time. But what are you doing with it? The truth is that if you don't know how to use it to your advantage, it will slip through your fingers. And believe me, I've seen this happen to many people. What you're going to discover here will make you rethink every choice you've been making. Few people have the courage to tell you this, and even fewer realize the impact it can have on your life until it's too late. I'm here to make sure this doesn't happen to you. So, if you want to avoid the regrets that so many others face at 40 or 50, listen carefully. What you're going to learn now could be the step that separates a life of financial stress from a life of freedom and wealth. Shall we begin? Willpower is crucial. Success depends on your ability to focus and work hard, and this is more vital in a world full of distractions. If there's one thing that defines a person's success, it's the ability to focus. Living in a world full of distractions makes willpower an essential tool for those who want to achieve their goals. Just look around. The notifications on your phone, social media, quick videos. Everything competes for your attention. But those who know how to direct their focus with determination gain a powerful edge. Think of great investors like Warren Buffett, who have always prioritized extreme focus in their decisions and maintained that discipline over the years. It's not about being smarter than others, but about being more focused. Focus is a skill that can be trained, and the more you work on it, the easier it becomes to ignore what doesn't matter. If you're trying to improve your finances, for example, focus first on increasing your production instead of just spending your time consuming irrelevant content. Invest your energy in what generates a return. It could be starting a business, studying investments, or even building a network of contacts. Avoiding distractions is an investment in itself because time is the most valuable resource you have. And let's face it, no one wants to waste what they can't recover. But, you see, willpower isn't a magic button that you can turn on or off whenever you want. It's something that needs to be constantly nourished. Think of it as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. That's why the key is to start with small changes in your daily routine. How about blocking an hour of your day to focus on something that really matters? It could be studying long-term investments, like stocks of companies in the market, or even dedicating yourself to a topic that interests you. Little by little, you'll notice that your ability to concentrate transforms, and, along with it, your results too. Become a producer, not just a consumer. Contribute more than you consume, as creating will build your future while consuming drains your time. The big difference between those who thrive and those who stagnate lies in the choice to be a producer rather than just a consumer. And this doesn't just apply to the financial market, but to any aspect of life. Think about it. Every time you choose to create something, you're planting seeds for the future. Whether by building a business, creating content, or even investing time to improve your skills, you're generating value. On the other hand, passive consumption only drains your time and resources. Have you noticed how we spend hours consuming information on social media and, at the end of the day, feel tired but with no real progress? Those who choose to produce can multiply the fruits of their labor. Let's take the example of investors who, instead of spending their time and money consuming frivolous things, invest in assets that can bring long-term returns. Think of stocks in companies like Apple or Microsoft. Every dollar you invest there has the potential to grow because you're creating something, your investment portfolio. The same goes for entrepreneurship. If instead of spending money on products that only bring momentary satisfaction, you decide to start a business, you'll be building a path to financial freedom. So, how about flipping this logic in your daily life? Instead of consuming content indiscriminately, how about starting to create your own? It could be anything from a blog about a topic you master to creating a channel where you share what you've learned about investments. The idea is simple. When you start to produce, time works in your favor. Instead of being drained by consumption, you begin to build something that can bring you returns, whether in knowledge, money, or a valuable network of contacts. In the end, those who decide to create are investing in their future. Be kind to everyone. Treating people well, especially on their way up, can lead to future benefits and good karma. Treating people well is an underestimated skill, but it can be your greatest asset. The way you relate to others, whether in the workplace, in business, or even in casual situations, has a direct impact on your success. When you act with kindness and respect, you create an environment of trust, which is essential for any relationship. And never underestimate the power of a good network of contacts. History is full of examples of people who got far simply because they knew how to cultivate good relationships. You never know who might be in a position to help you in the future. Be kind, not just when you're seeking something, but genuinely. This not only creates a stronger network around you, but also generates a positive effect for yourself. Imagine you're starting to invest and meet someone with more experience, but you don't pay much attention because you think this person doesn't have much to offer right now. A few years from now, this same person could be in a position to open doors for you, point you toward a business opportunity, or even share insights that will change your strategy. And all of this because you were kind and cultivated that relationship. Kindness creates a cycle of good opportunities. This doesn't mean you should be kind expecting something in return. By treating others well, you plant the seeds of good relationships that can blossom in the future in ways you can't even imagine. Furthermore, being known for treating people well makes others want to connect with you, which makes it even easier to expand your network. And who knows, this network might be the difference between a golden opportunity and the ordinary path. Take bold actions. Observing the crowd and doing the opposite can lead to opportunities, as sticking to the norm often yields average results. Those seeking extraordinary results must be willing to take bold actions. Following the crowd generally leads to the same place where everyone is, mediocrity. If you observe great personalities like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, you'll notice they made decisions that, at the time, seemed risky or even unthinkable. When everyone was comfortable in their traditional businesses, they looked to the future and made bold bets on technology and innovation. They understood that, to stand out, they needed to swim against the tide. And this applies to you too. The big opportunities are where most people still don't see value. Of course, taking bold actions doesn't mean acting thoughtlessly. On the contrary, it requires planning and analysis. But often, it's necessary to have the courage to bet on something new while everyone around you remains in their comfort zone. In the investment world, this can mean investing in emerging markets or betting on companies that are still in a growth phase but show great potential, like startups or sectors that are expanding, such as renewable energy. These are decisions that go against the norm but can yield returns well above average in the long term. The most interesting thing is that by taking these actions, you also develop the ability to adapt and take calculated risks. After all, stepping out of your comfort zone makes you see the world with new eyes. Most people prefer to follow the safest path, but it's precisely by deviating from this path that you find the most lucrative opportunities. Whether in investment, entrepreneurship, or personal life, doing what others aren't doing can be the biggest differentiator for your success. And when you start to reap the rewards of these decisions, you'll realize it was the best investment you could have made. Networking trumps knowledge. Your connections and network matter far more than what you know. They can open doors money can't. Often, people believe that knowledge is the most important factor for success. However, the connections you build throughout your life can be even more important. Having a good network of contacts is like having a shortcut to opportunities that money can't buy. Knowing the right people can open doors to new businesses, partnerships, and even investments that you would never have access to on your own. After all, someone who trusts you is more likely to give you a chance or introduce you to someone who can. For example, imagine you have a network of contacts that includes experts in the financial market. This circle can provide you with information about market trends before they become common knowledge or even connect you with investors who are ready to bet on a new business. This is worth much more than just having technical knowledge, as access to exclusive opportunities can put you ahead of the majority. Building a network is a significant investment, and it requires dedication, time, and of course, kindness, as we mentioned earlier. The interesting thing about networking is that it doesn't just depend on what you can gain, but also on what you can offer. A good network is built when there is a genuine exchange between the parties. You don't need to be an expert in everything, but by knowing the right people and maintaining good relationships, opportunities will arise. Whether by participating in events in your field, specialized courses, or discussion groups about investments, there's always a way to expand your network. And in the long run, this network will be one of the greatest sources of opportunities you will have in life. Embrace mistakes. Failure is part of growth. Learning from mistakes accelerates improvement. Accepting mistakes as part of the process is one of the most honorable attitudes you can adopt. Many people fear failure, but error is actually one of the best teachers. When you fail, you learn what doesn't work, adjust your strategy, and come back stronger. This is true both in personal life and in the world of investing. Great investors like Ray Dalio openly talk about how their mistakes taught them more than their successes. Each failure gives you the chance to improve, correct your course, and move forward with more experience. If you're starting in the financial market, for example, you might make a mistake by investing in a stock that seemed promising but didn't yield the expected return. Instead of seeing this as an irreparable loss, view it as a learning opportunity. The mistake taught you to research more, diversify your portfolio, and be more cautious in your future choices. Similarly, in entrepreneurship, failures help refine your business model. Many successful entrepreneurs failed in their first ventures but used those experiences as a foundation to create something even greater in the future. The important thing is not to let the fear of failure paralyze you. Every time you try something new and it doesn't work out, you're closer to discovering what does work. The path to success is full of stumbles, but it's those stumbles that prepare you to seize great opportunities when they arise. So, the next time something doesn't go as planned, see it as part of your personal growth. With each mistake, you are better prepared, more experienced, and consequently, closer to your goal. Focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking leads to mediocrity. Focusing deeply on one thing yields better results. Focusing on one task at a time is one of the most underestimated skills in the pursuit of success. We live in an era where multitasking seems to be synonymous with productivity, but in reality, it often leads to mediocre results. When you try to do everything at once, none of those tasks receive the necessary attention to be done well. In the world of investing, for example, focusing on a specific sector or a long-term strategy can be much more advantageous than trying to overly diversify without truly understanding the fundamentals of each investment. If you're thinking about building a career, why not apply the same logic? Choose a field in which you want to excel, invest time and energy in mastering that subject. Let's say you want to delve into the stock market. Instead of trying to understand all options at the same time, focus on studying sectors like technology or healthcare. This allows you to better understand the nuances and opportunities within that space, increasing your chances of making more assertive and profitable decisions. Multitasking may give a sense of movement, but it's focus that brings results. By concentrating your attention on one thing at a time, you also create space to enhance your skills. Think of high-performance athletes. They don't try to master all sports at once. They focus on one discipline, training until they achieve excellence. This applies to any area of life. So, if you want to increase your output, whether in studies, business, or investments, start by focusing on what is most important at the moment. This intense focus is a long-term investment that will always yield better results than trying to do everything at once and ending up doing nothing well. Be adaptable to change. When life or technology changes, embrace it rather than resisting. Adaptation is key to thriving in new conditions. The ability to adapt to change is undoubtedly one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Life is in constant motion, and those who resist change tend to fall behind. In today's world, with the speed at which technology evolves, it is crucial to always be open to learning, adjusting, and innovating. Great companies like Netflix, which started by renting DVDs, understood that if they did not adapt to new technologies and consumer preferences, they would not survive. The same goes for you. Adaptability is what allows you to continue growing, even when everything around you changes. In the financial market, for example, we constantly see new sectors emerging, such as cryptocurrencies and fintechs. Those who remain inflexible, stuck only to old methods, miss out on great investment opportunities. If a few years ago someone had resisted the idea of investing in Bitcoin or stocks of technology companies like Amazon or Tesla, today they would be regretting it. Adapting does not mean abandoning your principles, but rather being attentive to new trends and technologies and learning how they can benefit your strategy. If something new arises and you feel resistance, see it as an opportunity to invest in your own growth. Adaptability is also deeply linked to the ability to innovate. People who embrace change and adjust quickly to new conditions tend to thrive. When the pandemic changed the way we work, for example, those who knew how to adapt to digital markets, remote work, and new online trading methods continued to grow. Therefore, when you encounter a change ahead, instead of resisting it, view it as an opportunity to invest in yourself. Adapting not only keeps you relevant but also puts you ahead of the curve while many are still trying to understand what's happening. Stand up to bullies and challenges. Confronting those who push you around builds confidence and resilience. Facing challenges and not allowing yourself to be intimidated by those who try to bring you down is essential for building resilience. In life and in business, there will be times when you are tested, whether by competitors, negative people, or even the ups and downs of the market. However, running away from problems or letting others push you back only causes you to miss growth opportunities. Confronting these situations head-on, with confidence, not only strengthens your mindset but also proves that you have what it takes to keep moving forward. The financial market, for example, is full of challenges. Sudden drops in stocks, economic crises, and opposing opinions can easily shake someone who is unprepared. When you face these difficulties with courage, something interesting happens. Your self-confidence grows. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you become stronger. In the world of investing, this can mean not giving in to panic when markets fall or when someone discourages you from investing in something you believe in. Imagine the investor who ignored initial criticisms of Tesla and held on to their shares. Facing the challenge of going against the tide yielded impressive rewards. This serves as a lesson. Those who do not fear challenges but confront them head-on reap the long-term benefits. More importantly, standing up to bullies and challenges teaches you not to depend on others' opinions. If you know where you want to go and have a clear plan, you need to resist external pressures. Whether in your finances or personal life, there will always be people who try to bring you down or discredit your vision. But the truth is that those who resist and keep moving forward invariably stand out. This stance not only strengthens your resilience but also attracts respect and admiration from those who matter. And believe me, this confidence will be one of your greatest investments throughout your life. Prioritize long-term wealth over flash. Skip short-term flashy purchases and focus on building lasting wealth by saving and investing. In a world where immediacy reigns, it's tempting to spend on things that shine in the short term. Luxury cars, cutting-edge gadgets, or that glamorous lifestyle that looks great on social media may bring momentary satisfaction, but they are unlikely to lead you to true wealth. Prioritizing the building of long-term wealth instead of spending on flashy things is the path to financial freedom. And this freedom doesn't come from a big salary or impulsive purchases, but from smart financial decisions like consistently investing and saving. Many great investors have always prioritized accumulating long-term wealth, while others sought only immediate pleasures. The key here is to think like an investor, not like a consumer. Instead of spending on items that quickly lose value, like cars or trendy clothes, why not invest in something that will bring returns over the years? Index funds, shares of solid companies, and real estate are some examples of investments that can multiply your wealth over time. And this doesn't mean you can never enjoy the fruits of your labor. It means that balance is necessary. The sooner you start prioritizing the long term, the greater the rewards will be in the future. It's the classic example of delaying gratification now to reap something much greater later. This mindset may seem difficult at first, especially when you see so many people around you spending on impressive goods. But remember, true wealth is not immediately visible. The investment you make today in a well-chosen stock or a diversified fund may seem less exciting than a new car, but in 10 or 20 years, it will put you in a position of financial independence. The secret is to always think long-term, keeping your focus on what really matters, building a foundation that will support your dreams and your future. While everyone is focused on the present, you will be investing to enjoy the rest of your life. Wizard, the strategies are clear. The path to financial freedom depends on your actions. Success does not come by luck. It is built with well-thought-out and consistent choices. And the best part? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just applying what has already proven effective can transform your results. And to make your journey even easier, I've left in the pinned comment a tool that will help you completely organize your finances for just $4.99. With it, you'll be able to visualize your expenses, plan your savings, and find smart ways to save and invest. This small investment can represent a significant step toward your financial independence. So, Wizard, what will change from now on? I want to know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any more valuable tips on how to achieve your financial freedom. Let's go!